Right now this morning, road work ahead. What we know about two new road projects set to begin later today and how it could affect your morning commute. Plus, why hitting that snooze button may actually be hurting your chances of getting some extra rest. And the American Music Awards taking center stage in Las Vegas last night. We have the highlights just ahead.
Plus, we do have some showers and storm potential as we get through the afternoon today. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Well, thank you all for joining us on this Tuesday morning. I'm Ken Kozrowski in for Alexandra today. It is May 27th, 2025. Hope you all had a wonderful Memorial Day holiday. Looked like the temperatures and conditions were pretty darn perfect in the La Crosse, Eau Claire area. I was actually in Arizona enjoying that 100-degree dry heat. So nice to come back to the Midwest temperatures. But after that pleasant weekend, Art,
yes,
looks like a little bit of gloom is on its way in.
Yeah, it's on its way. We'll start off with some partly cloudy skies becoming mostly cloudy to cloudy as we finish out over the next hour or so. Eau Claire will get a little bit of sunshine, while La Crosse will not. We'll be straight up into this gloom. And it will continue going into tomorrow as well. We'll get into mostly cloudy skies with some afternoon sunshine to finally show up possibly briefly. We'll get into it right now, holding on to a chance of showers coming in today. That'll be around the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hour as we go into it. Tomorrow we'll do similar conditions with more storms coming in possibly as we go right into the afternoon as well. First, we'll see as we go into Thursday, though, we'll have a few showers popping in. But today, this is what's happening out there right now. You've got the showers that are near us currently, but storm activity down to the south, and that will continue on. But you can see these showers get a little bit, look like they're kind of working down to the ground, but they are not, believe it or not. Even La Crosse right in it to the south to the north, not much happening there. However, these storms will continue to track as you go along, say, Texas all the way into Louisiana, and then another batch of that continuing to go right up into areas by Tennessee as well as into the Carolinas and Kentucky. We'll keep an eye on the west. West is doing pretty good right now, but eventually we'll see more moisture pop in the future. But as we get into it, these showers and storms will continue to stay with us as we go right through early morning on Thursday. When I come back, I'll have more about this for you all in just a moment. Thanks.
Sounds like a plan, Art. Thanks very much. All right, time is 6:01. We begin with some travel alerts for motorists this morning. Crews will be closing Theater Road near County Road PH in Onalaska this morning as they begin construction on that new roundabout. The road will be shut down from Midwest Drive to State Highway 16. Onalaska City officials suggest motorists take 16 and East Main Street to get around that construction. The new roundabout expected to be done in early August. And on the south side of La Crosse County, County Road GI will be down to one lane this morning as crews work on that Goose Island Bridge. County officials say it'll be down to one lane until next Monday if weather conditions allow. Breaking overnight, Philadelphia police say 2 people were killed and 9 others injured in a mass shooting. Authorities say multiple rounds were fired at Fairmount Park after a car meetup. No weapons have been recovered yet. The victims include an adult male and female. 3 teenagers ranging in age 15 to 17 were among the injured.
Try to manage the crowds as they unfold, but at the same token, it is a challenge when individuals decide that they're going to fire into a crowd. That's something that we can't anticipate, but we do work hard to try to address the issues as they come underway.
Earlier in the day, Fairmount Park was filled with families and community members who were enjoying Memorial Day cookouts. We turn now to the latest on that developing story out of England where a car drove through a crowd of soccer fans. 45 people are injured, including 4 children. Police have arrested a 53-year-old white British man and say they believe it was a, quote, isolated incident. Witnesses say the crowd swarmed the vehicle after it hit people and smashed its windows. The driver accelerated again, striking more victims and trapping some of them under the van.
I'm just in shock, like we can't stop shaking. And when we've seen the footage now of people lying on the road, when you see that, it's just a shame to the end of a really, really positive day.
The crowd there celebrating Liverpool's championship in the highest league of English soccer. Officials say more than 24 people were hospitalized, at least 2 of them with serious injuries. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer calling the incident, quote, appalling. Planned Parenthood is closing 8 centers across Minnesota and Iowa. The closures are largely due to federal funding cuts, including President Trump's budget bill working its way through Congress, which would ban Medicaid funds from going to Planned Parenthood. The move expected to cause 66 employees to be laid off. The head of Planned Parenthood North Central states calling the move a, quote, heart-wrenching decision. President Trump honored the American heroes who gave their lives in a ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery on Memorial Day. But his attention also remains on the escalating barrage of attacks Russia has unleashed on Ukraine, despite U.S. efforts to help kickstart peace talks. As we take a live look at the White House, the president also ramping up his fight against Harvard University. Wendy Gillette has the latest on the Trump administration.
On Memorial Day, President Trump honored the fallen at Arlington National Cemetery.
Their valor gave us the freest, greatest, and most noble republic ever to exist on the face of the earth.
The president also escalated his fight with Harvard University, which he accuses of not doing enough to address anti-Semitism on campus. On social media, President Trump threatened to take $3 billion in federal grants from Harvard and give it to trade schools instead, though he gave no other details. Russia has ramped up its attacks on Ukraine in recent days amid U.S.-involved peace efforts. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says there's evidence that Moscow is preparing for new offenses, adding that Russia is counting on a prolonged war. Reacting to the escalation, President Trump said Sunday that Russia's President Vladimir Putin had, quote, gone absolutely crazy.
He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin.
A Kremlin spokesman later characterized President Trump's comments as an emotional reaction. Meanwhile, Putin has threatened to throttle Western companies like U.S.-based Microsoft and Zoom that are still operating in Russia, which he claims may be working against his country's interests.
And the European Union's lead trade negotiator said he had good calls with Trump administration officials Monday and that they are fully committed to reaching a trade deal. President Trump said he is postponing a planned 50% tariff on goods from the EU from June 1st to July 9th so that talks can continue. Yesterday in La Crosse, residents lining the streets to honor fallen soldiers. The annual Memorial Day Parade in La Crosse is a tradition more than a century in the making. Bands from area high schools march, and veterans from surrounding towns are honored for their service. Vietnam veteran Kenneth Iverson has never missed a parade. He says the day is very special.
I really feel glad now that the people that came back from the most recent conflicts that we've had have been recognized and appreciated, where years ago the majority of us weren't.
The parade concluded with a service at Oak Grove Cemetery. Congressman Derek Van Orden honored Memorial Day in Sparta, first giving keynote remarks to fellow veterans at a ceremony at Blyton Veterans Park, and then participating in a wreath-laying ceremony at VFW Post 2112 to honor Navy sailors lost at sea.
For the younger generations looking at us old war dogs now, they need to know that if they decide to grow up and they decide to serve our country in uniform and they unfortunately lose their life, that their families will be taken care of and their memory will always be a blessing.
Van Orden added Memorial Day is a day for all Americans to come together. It was a hamburger stand serving up more than food on Memorial Day. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit has more from Prairie du Chien.
For the last 50 years, on every single Memorial Day, Pete's Hamburger Stand in Prairie du Chien donates all of their proceeds to local organizations.
It's just a ritual to come in here to Pete's.
For many people visiting the Prairie du Chien area, a trip to Pete's Hamburger Stand is essential.
This is 4 or 5 times a year. You know, drive 60 miles just to get 2 burgers. There's people come in here from Illinois, Indiana. I've seen people in here from Ohio.
And there's a special reason to make the trip on Memorial Day.
My brother Jim, I think, had the idea. All of the profits from Pete's Hamburger Stand that day would go to various local charities here.
Our dad was a veteran, and it's a holiday. It just seemed like a good day to honor people and our family.
All the workers donate their time, not taking home paychecks to help boost the donation.
Well, obviously it's a great cause. You know, they put a sign-up sheet a week before, and just we love to help out however we can.
Since the fundraiser started, Pete's has donated hundreds of thousands back to the community.
For many, many years, we've given to the Eagles and Heart Cancer Telethon, the food pantry in town, Paula's Purse, through Gunderson. We've given to Relay for Life.
The family says it's their small way of saying thanks for more than a century of business.
It's the community that really keeps this place going.
Reporting in Prairie du Chien, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now, this morning.
A wonderful effort. Thank you, Allison. Still ahead on your morning news, climate change impacting home foreclosure rates, the Trump Tower to pay a settlement toward the Chicago River, and we'll have a look at the weekend box office numbers. And still planning that summer getaway, how many all-inclusive resorts are upscaling their food, beverage, and entertainment options? We'll have that and more coming up this morning. But for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. For the first time ever, astronomers may have spotted a deep space battle between two galaxies. Astronomers are calling it a cosmic joust. It is essentially a distant snapshot of two galaxies in the process of merging into one large galaxy 11 billion light years away. The study authors say after the galaxies charged toward each other, one galaxy repeatedly wielded its intense beams of radiation at the other one. And as a result, the researchers say that radiation weakened the victim galaxy's ability to form new stars. All of that completely over my head. I didn't know galaxies could even joust. And as you begin to wake up this morning, we leave you with a quick wake-up call with the home of the world's loudest stadium. That is Kansas City, Missouri. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
Save big on top mattress brands during the Memorial Day sales event. Get savings on trusted Sealy support, the latest innovations from Tempur-Pedic, and the luxurious comfort of Stearns & Foster. Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Get an 11% rebate in all Dutch Boy paints. Now at Menards. Dutch Boy's Forever Exterior Paint and Primer in One provides exceptional fade resistance to ensure beautiful last-in color. A gallon starts at $38.97 after rebate. Maximize your curb appeal with Dutch Boy Max Bond Plus Exterior Paint. It provides max adhesion, hide, and performance. Pick up a gallon starting at $47.87 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The largest RV sale ever is back. Memorial Day through Saturday at Pleasureland RV in West Salem. We're offering huge savings you cannot ignore, like travel trailers for under $150 a month. Guaranteed best price on Grand Design and Brinkley. Plus, hundreds of used RVs serviced and ready to camp. Got a trade? We'll give you up to $1,500 over book value. It's called the largest RV sale ever for a reason, and you don't want to miss it. Memorial Day through Saturday at Pleasureland RV. Best in the Midwest.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi helped visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And with Skyrizi, many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease. Skyrizi is also approved for ulcerative colitis.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
Waking up with bed aches? Sealy Posturepedic's exclusive precision fit coils respond with targeted support right where you need it most.
Save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
All right, as we get into it here, what we're looking at, the possibility of Temperatures in the 50s holding on right now. You can see them right there widespread. 56 in La Crosse, 52 in Eau Claire, 49 in Sparta, and in Black River Falls at 48. We've had a little patchy fog here, and that's why they're a little bit on the cooler side. Down to the south, you have more of those low 50s in the forecast as well. Let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Let's go into it here. Eau Claire is absolutely looking good, despite having the overcast conditions right now. You're holding on to at least about, say, 52 degrees out there right now. Feels like 53. 10 miles visibility, but later on, as we go into the afternoon, into your evening hours, you may see visibility dim a little bit for you. We'll see it drop because of increasing clouds and lower clouds getting down to the surface. So we'll hold on to that. Getting into your forecast for near Black River Falls, we had a little patchy fog there earlier last hour, and we'll keep an eye on that for you as you finish or start your commute. We'll also see it's 48 degrees out there right now, looking pretty good for the drive right now. Getting into Alaska, excuse me, yeah, we're holding on to 55 degrees out there for you right now. A beautiful commute and a beautiful view right now, with clouds still holding on to at least partly to mostly cloudy skies. We'll also see clouds pretty much fill in as we finish out going into the 7 o'clock hour. Cloudy skies with a light chance of that. We're actually trying to get down to the ground. Currently, we're showing no rainfall. That's actually in the bucket just yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. You see more showers coming back again with the possibility of storms kind of tracking up to the north. We'll hold on to cloudy skies for Eau Claire. Sunshine there, you can see though to start, and then once we get into the 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 3 o'clock hour, storm activity could develop and start working into the area and off to the Twin Cities. That's a look what I've got going on for you now. As far as the temperatures are concerned, you're looking at the temperatures widespread in the 60s for you to the low 70s, getting into areas like Sparta as well as in Boscobel. I'll have more about this coming up for you in just a moment, so please stick around.
In your morning consumer news, a new study warns that climate change could drive a surge in foreclosures across the U.S. Everything from floods to wind damage are driving up repair costs and insurance premiums. And that financial strain could push foreclosures up 380% over the next decade. Trump International Hotel and Tower in Chicago has to pay a major settlement over environmental violations. Illinois' Attorney General announced a $4.8 million agreement over water pulled from the Chicago River. In 2024, a judge found Trump International Hotel and Tower was in violation of the state's Environmental Protection Act. According to court documents, the majority of the money will be used to fund habitat restoration on the river. Lots of moviegoers chose to celebrate this Memorial Day weekend, with Disney's live-action Lilo & Stitch pulling in more than $145 million domestically. Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning was second with $63 million, and Final Destination: Bloodlines was third with more than $19 million. Hotel brands around the world are increasingly focusing on all-inclusive resorts. The model is changing in terms of dining and room choices at some hotels, while others focus on offering a more boutique experience. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports on the evolution of all-inclusive resorts.
An island vibe is part of what brought North Carolina residents Morgan McLeod and husband Dylan Plantage to Sandals Dunn's River in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. The resort right near the country's popular Dunn's River Falls is what the company calls Sandals 2.0 as it rolls out new room types with sky pools and roof terraces and a rum bar.
I think we see a pretty big difference compared to some of the older resorts that we've been to. This seems very much more detail-oriented, kind of higher end.
The resort, one of those we stayed at for a special rate, keeps familiar Sandals elements like swim-up bars, but adds more choices, including restaurant options.
We took all the data from our travel partners, our returning guests, and everybody, and we say, okay, let's reset it.
The restaurant scene at All Inclusives is also shifting here in Mexico at Gran Velas Riviera Maya, where this restaurant is the first all-inclusive in the world to snag a AAA 5-Diamond Award, also honored with a Michelin star last year.
Under the watchful eye of executive chef Nayum Velasco, the kitchen at Cocina de Autor produces a seasonal 8-course tasting menu.
My inspiration comes mainly from my environment, my surroundings.
Grand Velas offers guests a 2-floor spa with locally inspired treatments and rooms with plunge pools and ocean views, but the food is a primary focus.
People want to get more value from what they're spending.
Value is also key for a new Hyatt brand called Vivid, with its Grand Island Hotel about 40 miles north in Cancun. The Hopping Beach Club shows off a casual, active vibe, catering to Gen Zs and millennials.
The younger generation is traveling way more than in the past, and that they are very interested in exploring the all-inclusive space.
A private boat transfer takes guests to Marriott's much quieter El Mare on the low-key island of Isla Mujeres.
I like to say Marriott's all in on all-inclusive. It is a big play for us.
El Mare serves up plenty of play, like tequila tastings, overwater yoga classes, and a Zen spa to design your own island retreat.
Marriott says about 25% of hotels opening in the Caribbean and Latin America are all-inclusives. A second Hyatt Vivid is coming to the Dominican Republic later this year. That's a look at your consumer news. Let's send it back over to Art.
Go with your local forecast, holding on to some light showers, trying to get down to the ground right now. We still haven't been too successful of that occurring just yet. La Crosse looks like it's in it with at least light to moderate rainfall trying to get across the river, but that's really not helping us out too much right now. Eau Claire, not much happening up there as well, but we have some good looking skies right now filling in with cloud cover as we go right into the next hour or so. Please be aware of that. You can take a look here as we go in Menominee. You're looking right now, the roadways are looking good and they're very dry, as you can see, 55 degrees out there currently. Then we'll take you right back out to areas right by near Toma as well. So if you're going that direction, you're heading to Shelby. You're going that direction, you're going to Toma. Looking great on the roadways for you right now as well. Temperatures around 48 degrees for you there. Today we're going into the 60s, so we're back in the cool again after a wonderful weekend. We'll get back to near 70 degrees or so once you get into Lafarge and down to Boscobel, about 71 degrees. We'll carry over to how this all shapes up for the day. You'll see that light rainfall continue to track up in there. It's going up to the north, and eventually you can see it kind of getting towards Black River Falls as well as Sparta and Vogue Field. Then that dries out. We get into the noon hour. We're seeing most of that rainfall over to the west of the river, Rochester to Austin to Preston, and then trying to get into Winona as well. Then it starts to shift up a little bit more so, trying to get to Eau Claire by the 3 o'clock hour. This is the round where we could possibly see thunderstorm activity moving in the forecast. It doesn't look like much out of it, but it's just a chance of that occurring. A lot of that thunderstorm activity will come from Eau Claire as well in Red Wing, and then track out to the Twin Cities, and that's how it will occur going into tonight and finishing out by at least by the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour, and we're done. Then we take it in down to the south with more moisture coming in as we get into Wednesday in the early morning hours around 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. Most of the showers will stay pretty much around just around the regional I-90. Now the storms could also be a part of this as well, mostly when we get deeper into the afternoon hours, but you can see this continues to track over La Crosse for the better part of the day. In fact, it's centered over La Crosse, going all the way to the 2 o'clock hour with potential storm activity trying to get up to Prairie du Chien as well as Viroqua, and then trying to get up to areas right by La Crosse, getting up along I-90. We'll see how that plays out. Not much happening up there for Eau Claire, but once you get along I-94, the clouds will start to track a little bit more to the southwest and clear out most of that rainfall out of the region. We'll get up to maybe a quarter of an inch now west of the river to about a tenth of an inch or less in the forecast. We'll pop in Wednesday for you. You're going to see more of that coming in as well, maybe about a half an inch or less in your forecast. As we can see, there's a little bit of patchy fog out there by areas by Sparta and areas by Toma as well. We'll see temperatures for Wednesday to be mostly in the 60s. Again, but here's the deal. We're going to go right back into the next few days. We'll get back into the mild, holding on to cool conditions, then mild as we go into Thursday. Friday, we got the warm on the way with low 80s, picking up to the middle 80s to finish out going into the weekend and next week. Be safe. Have a wonderful day.
Summer break is finally here, meaning many families may be gearing up to hit their local pool or the beach. Ahead, we'll look at everything you need to know to help keep your kids safe while diving into the water.
Coming up in sports, Memorial Day baseball for the Brewers, plus the Northwoods League is back. See when you can catch the Loggers at home, coming up in the Morning Blitz.
During the Memorial Day sale at PM Sleep Center, you'll save up to $500 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Hurry in early for the best selection. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
I have been working at Firefighters Credit Union for over 20 years and been in the mortgage business for 30 years. We get a lot of people that like to shop around, and I encourage people to shop around for mortgages. And the one thing that you hear over and over is that we're for real. What they hear on the commercials is what they see when they come and see any of our employees. All these things together are what make Firefighters Credit Union the team you can trust.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
It's good to know your Touchstone Energy Cooperative is always there. For generations, we've powered the growth of our community. Today, our commitment is stronger than ever to provide affordable energy you can depend on and keep you connected to what matters most, now and for generations to come. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
It's time for unbeatable Memorial Day savings at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, find great deals on supplies to kick off summer your way. New at Blaine's, these logoed camp chairs just $24.99. Save $3 on assorted Diamond Naturals dog food. Milkbone, canine carryouts, and pepperoni dog treats start at $4.99. Plus, rewards members get free same-day delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more when you order by noon. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
During the Memorial Day sale at PM Sleep Center, you'll save up to $800 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Hurry in early for best selection. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. The Brewers capped off the weekend with a win over Pittsburgh on Sunday, as now they turn their attention to the Boston Red Sox for a 3-game series. And Milwaukee needs to find a way to get hot if they want to stay in the division race. Let's go to Milwaukee. Memorial Day baseball at American Family Field. And Jackson Chourio is going to start things off with some fireworks. First pitch of the game to the Brewers, and Chourio sends it out. A solo shot puts the Brewers on top. Same score in the 5th, and Andrew Monasterio gets one down the line in left field. Joey Ortiz rounds third. He's in to score. Milwaukee goes up 2. Now a 1-run game in the 8th, but with the bases loaded, Eric Haas with a slow roller to third, and he's there with an infield hit. Brewers take a 3-1 lead. And as it would stay that way, Milwaukee takes it 3-2, the final. The Twins down in Tampa up against the Rays, down 3 in the 7th, but with a man on, Carlos Correa is going to touch them all. He got all of that pitch. The 2-run shot brings the Twins within 1, but that's as close as they would get. Already with 2 runs across in the 8th, and Danny Jensen is going to add 2 more. Rays go up 5 as they would close it out 7-2, the final. The Northwoods League is back. Last night, the Loggers started their season on the road, taking on the Rochester Honkers. The Loggers get the win 6-5. Their first home game of the season set for tonight at Copeland Park for a 6:35 first pitch. Bangor native Ashton Mitchek expected to be on the mound. Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals, and this one came down to the wire. Crazy shot making on both ends, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams would combine for 74 points as OKC would hold on at the end, 128-106. Wolves now down 3-1 in the series, and things are looking bleak. Game 5, Wednesday night at 7:30. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Pittsburgh's ultra-advanced, semi-transparent exterior stain and sealant-in-one can be applied to damp wood, allowing you to clean the surface and stain in one day. Get a gallon for $35.49 after rebate. Pittsburgh's Paramount is a premium exterior wood stain and sealant-in-one. It provides enhanced waterproofing protection and resists cracking and peeling for a durable finish. A gallon starts at $39.95 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Furnish your home with the Forest at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best priced furniture store. Browse cozy Amish rockers, customizable easy sofas made in Wisconsin, and stunning handmade dining sets in hickory, walnut, aspen, and barnwood. Shop pantries, counter bars, gun cabinets, and more. Style your space this season with our cabin rug collection, multiple sizes available. Swing by the bed shed for rustic bedroom sets, bunk beds, and Amish-made office furniture. Family and veteran owned. Visit Black River Furniture Outlet this summer.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Macy's Memorial Day sale. Bring your style to life indoors and out with savings up to 55% off. Get summer ready with resort-style patio sets to sunny living room refreshes. Shop now, pay later with great financing. Macy's Memorial Day sale, now through Sunday.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
In your morning medical news, although it may not fully feel like it yet, summer break is finally here, meaning many families will take a dip in their local pool, lake, or the beach. But experts urge you and your family to stay safe. Every year in the U.S., there are more than 4,000 unintentional drowning deaths, but drowning is preventable. Mandy Gaither talks to a doctor about how the ABCs can help you remember how to keep kids safe while swimming this summer.
It can happen in seconds. Drowning is often silent, and many times it's children who are the victims.
The most common drowning is in the kids age 1 to 4. They slip into the water and go under, and that's it.
Dr. Donald Plumley with Orlando Health says the ABCs of water safety starts with A for adult supervision. When children are in the water, an adult should be paying full attention. Avoid distractions from people or phones. You may also consider designating a water watcher.
Almost like a designated driver. You want a designated watcher watching your kids. Take turns doing it. It gets tiring, but someone needs to know that's their full-time job.
B is for barriers. Plumley says there should be a fence around pools, especially when you're on vacation or renting a home you're not used to. He says to make sure there are safety features in place before you go. Finally, C is for classes. Both the parent and the child should be in swim classes. Plumley says to start as young as a few months old and make sure children are up to date every swim season.
Even though they took them last summer, it's good to do it again this summer, get a refresher course going. And then for the parents to learn CPR, should the tragedy ever occur or be around a tragedy, you're there to help. And start care right away will make a huge difference.
Dr. Plumley says children with special needs have a significantly higher risk of drowning, so he says to be aware and have a water safety plan in place. Doctors are looking into whether popular weight loss drugs could help prevent cancer. A study published by the American Society of Clinical Oncology showed that because obesity is linked to certain cancers, people with diabetes who take drugs like Wegovy, Ozempic, or Zepbound have a 7% lower risk of cancer and an 8% lower risk of death. A new study is finding that going for that snooze button when your alarm goes off may actually be causing you to lose sleep. The average snoozer tallies an extra 11 minutes in bed after their first alarm goes off, but the study's author says that isn't usually quality sleep, and those minutes can add up to about a night's worth of sleep loss per month. So what can you do to avoid the snooze? Set the first alarm as late as possible. An emergency medicine physician at Gunderson Amplify Health just wants the best for his community, and he demonstrates this both in and outside the emergency room with a tireless compassion for those struggling with opioid addiction. Emily Brown has our May Hometown Hero.
Every day is different for Dr. Eberlein, and that's the way he likes it.
I really like the variety of patients. You really see a unique view of the community's health.
As an emergency medical physician for over 20 years at Gunderson Health System, he's seen it all, including the unfortunate toll the opioid epidemic has had on the community.
There's a small group of us initially that got together and decided we need to do something.
That was the beginning of the Heroin Task Force, now called the Alliance to Heal, an organization that helps individuals suffering from the impacts of opioids. But Dr. Eberlein took it a step further. He advocated for easier access to Narcan, a medicine that reverses the effects of opioid overdoses, making the medicine available behind the counter at Gunderson and Deegan Berglund pharmacies. There, you don't need a prescription to get it.
I thought that if we could expand this access, it would significantly impact the deaths that I was seeing and the overdoses I was seeing in the emergency department.
Eberlein says resuscitation with Narcan can give the patient a chance at a new life.
We knew that if we could extend people's lives long enough, that there's a fairly large subset of them that will make it to treatment.
He even worked with state legislators to allow Narcan to be left behind with people who were resuscitated but refused to go to the hospital afterwards.
I saw this as a real lost opportunity for these patients.
A hometown hero, but also a superhero. He was recently awarded the Superhero Medicine Award by the Wisconsin Medical Society for his genuine commitment to wanting the best for his community.
He wants to know how people are doing. He's wanting to understand what barriers people have. It takes a lot of love to be able to do this work.
And his hopes are that more medical communities follow suit, offering life-saving remedies in and out of the emergency room.
I really want to make sure that our EMS system is and continues to be a model for the entire country.
If you know someone who is doing good works in your community, we invite you to nominate them for our next Hometown Hero Award. Just go to our website, news8000.com, and click on that Features tab. This year's Honor Ride had motorcycle engines roaring across Wisconsin. The 15th annual ride brought veterans and civilians together to honor those who have served. Riders from around the state traveled to the high grounds in Neillsville for the Day of Remembrance.
In honor of veterans, we take our time, come together, and come to places like this, and remember the people that have given their last effort and their final bit of devotion to the nation.
All proceeds from the ride go toward programs for veterans and their families. It is just about 6:37 this morning. Let's now send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett, who has a look at your commute forecast.
Okay, taking it out to the local temperatures right now. Not much change as we've seen before. A little bit of light rainfall still tracking through the area, and as you get into it, you're looking at 50 still holding on to the forecast. 56 in La Crosse, 52 in Eau Claire. Once you get into areas right by Rochester, 59 degrees. This is where most of the rainfall is going to be tracking pretty much for the better part of the day today. And then eventually we'll see tomorrow most of that rainfall coming in from the south and hovering around La Crosse as well as Prairie du Chien for the better part of tomorrow. Let's take a look at what we've got going on for you here. You can see the shower activity. It's light, kind of breaks away with the bulk of that moisture working towards Marshall and the Twin Cities, but we have some of that tracking over to our east. Eventually that gets out of the way and we have more showers coming back again, turning to storm activity as we get in the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time slot. That will continue to track along I-94. You see Eau Claire's in that, as well as portions of getting into Winona and Red Wing and Wabasha. possibly holding on to that as it goes right into the 6:30 hour into your evening, and then finishing out around the 9 o'clock hour before it breaks down and everything starts to track more to the east. You're seeing drier conditions clearly down to the south as well along I-90. However, once we get back into the morning hours for tomorrow, you're seeing Prairie du Chien picking up a little light shower to storm activity, and then we'll see more showers and storms kind of tracking just around the area here locally in the region here along I-90. We'll go into how this all shapes up going into Thursday. Not much happening as well. When I come back, I'll give you a better overview. We'll take it hour by hour going into tomorrow as well as today, getting into your forecast, so please stick around. All right, coming up on our Buzz Report, the American Music Awards took center stage last night in Las Vegas. Coming up, we'll have the highlights and award performances of some of those superstars. Stick around.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express. Get 10% off sale prices or pay no interest for 3 years on Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. Get this Aurora Queen or this Jewel Pillow Top Queen, your choice, for just $8.99. The Memorial Day mattress sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
Celebrate summer and save big at Fleet Farm's Memorial Day Savings Event. 24 packs of our bottled water are now only $2.99. Online liquid Pool Shark 4-packs are $14.99. And a 32-quart Plano Frost Cooler is just $99.99. Plus, all active military and vets are invited to save an additional 10%, May 22nd through the 26th. Whatever you need, we've got the best prices guaranteed. And find even more deals in our weekly ad at fleetfarm.com.
Don't settle with the insurance company until you've talked with Schwebel, Getz & Sieben.
After the accident, hiring Schwebel, Getz & Sieben was one of the best things I ever did.
I have recommended Schwebel, Getz & Sieben to family and friends because of Jim's service to me.
I absolutely would recommend Schwebel, Getz & Sieben.
We had no worries after hiring them.
I don't believe there's anybody better.
Call Schwebel, Getz & Sieben or visit us at schwebel.com for a free consultation.
Cut! I get it. Slow motion. Slow down geographic atrophy. But we don't need gimmicks. Stick to the facts. GA, the advanced form of dry AMD, can irreversibly damage your vision. But Syfovre is an FDA-approved eye injection that gives you the power to slow GA. Syfovre was proven to slow GA lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness or are allergic to it. Syfovre can cause severe allergic reactions. Other serious side effects are eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Act on facts to slow GA. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre. Nope, just the facts.
Create a home that feels good and looks good with Drew and Jonathan Home. Now at Home Furniture. Whether your style leans casual, refined, modern, or a little bit of everything, find quality pieces to bring your vision to life.
Shop Drew and Jonathan Home at all Home Furniture locations.
All right, well, good morning to you. Happy Tuesday to you. Looking at that light rainfall, trying to get down to the ground. I just checked the La Crosse. Not much happening in the bucket as well. Nothing hitting the ground there. We had that drier air, high pressure well up to our north as well, so it's tough to get that rainfall down to the ground. But tomorrow, different story. We'll have that better chance of that happening. We'll see as we go right into the 6 o'clock hour. From the noon hour here, you're looking at the possibility of more showers still lingering. That will continue to drive in maybe some storm activity as well. We'll have this continue on with temperatures rolling right into the 60s for you. So another cool day under cloudy skies for you. We'll be picking up the possibility of light showers as a chance, and then also a storm or two as a chance, all non-severe. And that will continue possibly working around this area right in here, getting from Winona all the way to Eau Claire, and then off to the Twin Cities. We'll see this continue on. First, that storm activity, or I should say light rainfall, tracks out of the region towards Vogue Field, getting towards Black River Falls along I-94, and coming back into the region as well as Sparta. Then that gets out of the way. way. We'll see more showers push more so to the west of the river, and then we'll keep an eye on this once we get into 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hour. Showers start to funnel up along Winona, getting across, going towards Eau Claire. You're seeing Red Wings in that as well. The bulk of that goes towards Red Wing, Rochester, and Austin. That's what that's going to be driving to. The lighter stuff going towards Eau Claire, but then we're going to see maybe a storm or two possibly kind of transfer into that region. So possibly picking up right around here, working its way all the way to Eau Claire, and then off it goes over to Minneapolis. So that's the possibility of that all happening, ending by about the 9 o'clock hour. Everything tracks more to the west and we're done. With that, we see down to the south, we go into Wednesday, showers start to pop in again, with possibility of maybe a storm or two, not out of the question, still kind of working into it. So showers and storms are likely for tomorrow, but most of tomorrow it's going to be along I-90. You see that pretty much funneling across all the way into the 11 o'clock hour and the noon hour as well into the early afternoon. You'll see that continue on with lighter showers. Some of that trying to wrap a little bit farther well to the north as that continues to happen. Maybe a little bit of light stuff trying to get to Eau Claire and Ladysmith, but we'll see most of it gets around, say, Black River Falls, all the way down to Wisconsin Rapids, down to Sparta as well, and Prairie du Chien, with La Crosse picking up some of that earlier in the afternoon. So that being said, we see this mostly track out of the east, out of the west, and that will be done. Rainfall for today, not a lot, 1/10 of an inch or less, maybe a little bit more so west of the river, 1/4 of an inch or less. We'll get into tomorrow seeing at least about 1/2 an inch or so or less in your forecast, and that's how rainfall starts to work in our forecast. A little bit of patchy fog this early morning. That gets out of the way with temperatures for Wednesday holding on to the widespread 60s. You're looking at mostly middle to upper 60s, and we should be done. Thursday has mostly 70s in the forecast, low to middle 70s, or possibly that'll happen for us. And once we get into how this all shapes up going into the next few days, I just want to show you this real quick. Getting into it here, we're looking at the possibility of having some temperatures in the cool for today and tomorrow. Mild conditions by Thursday with mostly sunny skies despite having a 20% chance of showers. Dry conditions ensue again for Friday, but we're looking at a 20% chance for Saturday, but it's most likely we remain dry, getting into warmer temperatures to finish out your weekend. Back to you, Ken.
It is 6:45. In your Morning Buzz report, former Olympic gold medalist Mary Lou Retton has been arrested. According to People magazine, the former gymnast was arrested in West Virginia May 17th for driving under the influence of alcohol, controlled substances, or drugs. Retton was later released on a $1,500 bond. She's widely recognized as being the first American woman to win a gold medal in all-around gymnastics. Music's biggest stars turned out for the 51st American Music Awards last night in Vegas, the largest fan-voted music awards show. While big awards were handed out, the live performances took center stage. Andres Gutierrez has the highlights.
Billie Eilish won all 7 American Music Awards she was nominated for, including the big prize, Artist of the Year.
Artist of the Year, this is so crazy. I feel speechless.
SZA took home 2 awards, Favorite Female R&B Artist and Favorite R&B Song.
Thank you to all the fans that voted for me. I love you so much, just as much as you love me, probably more. You have no idea. Thank you. God bless.
Fans voted Becky G Favorite Female Latin Artist.
This award wouldn't be possible without those who came before us, and I know we share in our struggles as well as our wins. So this goes to you guys. Los quiero mucho. Besitos.
Host Jennifer Lopez kicked off the show with a song and dance medley of 23 songs by the show's various nominees. Benson Boone included his signature flip during his performance of Mystical Magical. Gloria Estefan treated fans to some of her biggest hits.
This year was the first time the American Music Awards were presented in Las Vegas, and it was a night many won't soon forget.
That's because Janet Jackson performed on live television for the first time in 7 years, before accepting her Icon Award for her 5 decades in the music industry.
The one thing that I hope for is that I've been an inspiration to others.
And Rod Stewart received the AMA Lifetime Achievement Award.
I had this burning ambition to sing. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to be rich or famous.
Then closed the show with his hit Forever Young on a night he will never forget.
All right, before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Heath is turning 8 years old today. He loves to learn about math and science and playing football.
Cheesing right there, I love it. And Drew is also turning 8 years old today. He loves to play basketball, sit poolside, it looks like, go golfing, and skiing, an all-season sportsman.
Yeah, right on. All right, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com. Look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website. Stay with us. We've got what you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your morning news now is next.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, the American Music Awards returns after a 2-year hiatus. So we're going to take you to Las Vegas for the highlights, including Janet Jackson performing on TV for the first time in 7 years. All right, Janet. Plus, Emmy Award winner Tiffany Haddish is here today, along with the Fanatics CEO Michael Rubin. They're going to tell us about the first ever Fanatics games. So think of it as pros versus Joes. Professional athletes and celebrities competing against fans for prizes worth nearly $2 million. Okay. And who doesn't love a good dose of cute? We'll take you down under where people from all around the world are taking selfies with a quokka. What's a quokka, you ask? I have no clue. You're going to have to stick around to find out. That'll make 2 of us. We'll see you at 7 o'clock on the dot.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Get more for less in the Chevy Trax. Maximize every mile in the all-electric Equinox. And power through with the capable Colorado. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing on all 2025 Equinox models. Plus, get no monthly payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial. Visit HometownChevy.com.
At Taco John's, we serve a higher standard of flavor with grilled chicken, creamy fiesta sauce, and always hot potato olays. That's what we call West-Mex. Try our freshest lineup yet with the new Fiesta menu, only at Taco John's.
From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. Your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast, and most have migraine pain relief within 2 hours. You can treat it anytime, anywhere. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur hours to days after. Side effects include nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Ubrelvy.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
Time for your morning news now. Some travel alerts for motorists this morning. Crews will be closing Theater Road near County Road PH in Onalaska as they begin construction on a new roundabout. The road will be shut down from Midwest Drive to State Highway 16. So city officials suggest motorists take 16 and East Main Street to get around the construction. That new roundabout expected to be opened in early August. And on the south side of La Crosse County, County Road GI will be down to 1 lane this morning as crews work on the Goose Island Bridge. County officials say the road will be down to 1 lane until next Monday if weather conditions allow. Planned Parenthood is closing 8 centers across Minnesota and Iowa. The closures are largely due to federal funding cuts, including President Trump's budget bill working its way through Congress, which would ban Medicaid funds from going to Planned Parenthood. The move is expected to cause 66 employees to be laid off. The head of Planned Parenthood North Central States called the move a, quote, heart-wrenching decision. President Trump honored fallen soldiers on Memorial Day by placing a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery. He also addressed Gold Star families. Elsewhere in the nation, communities marked Memorial Day with parades and gravesite tributes. Yesterday in La Crosse, residents lined the streets to honor fallen soldiers with the annual Memorial Day Parade in La Crosse, a tradition more than a century in the making. Bands from area high schools march, and veterans from surrounding towns are honored for their service. One Vietnam veteran has never missed a parade. He says the day is very special.
I really feel glad now that the people that came back from the most recent conflicts that we've had have been recognized and appreciated, where years ago the majority of us weren't.
That parade concluded with a service at Oak Grove Cemetery. Congressman Derek Van Orden honored Memorial Day over in Sparta, first giving keynote remarks to fellow veterans at a ceremony at Blyton Veterans Park, and then participating in a wreath-laying ceremony at VFW Post 2112 to honor Navy sailors lost at sea.
For the younger generations looking at us old war dogs now, they need to know that if they decide to grow up and they decide to serve our country in uniform and they unfortunately lose their life, that their families will be taken care of and their memory will always be a blessing.
Van Orden says Memorial Day is a day for all Americans to come together. This year's Honor Ride had motorcycle engines roaring across Wisconsin. The 15th annual ride bringing veterans and civilians together to honor those who have served. Riders statewide travel to the high grounds over in Neelsville for the Day of Remembrance.
In honor of veterans, we take our time, come together, and come to places like this, and remember the people that have given their last effort and their final bit of devotion to the nation.
All proceeds from the ride go toward programs for veterans and their families.
All right, my friends, showers look promising, but nothing is hitting the ground right now. Take a look by La Crosse. You're getting some light showers trying to get down to the ground, and they're also trying to stretch up to Eau Claire along I-94. Well, as we get into the afternoon, possibly later on around the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hour, that'll happen. But cool conditions today and tomorrow, mild conditions to follow suit by Thursday with warmer conditions on the way to finish out your weekend.
All right, I'm liking the look of that warm-up by the weekend. Well, let's end on some very good news this morning. Hong Kong's twin panda cubs finally have names, and I tried to get the Mandarin pronunciations here, so forgive me in advance. Meet Tia Tia and Dada. Those were the results of a naming competition. Giant panda Ying Ying gave birth to the cubs at Ocean Park last August, and the twins were named elder sister and little brother until their official names were decided. What's not to love about some cute panda twins, right?
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Absolutely adorable. All right, so a little bit of shower chances these next couple of days, but temperatures look really good for us to usher in the month of June. Looking very summer-like on that 8 day.
100%. It's going to be a fantastic start.
All right. Art Jarrett, it has been a pleasure filling in for Alexander this morning.
Back at you. You are such a pro, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well, thank you all for joining us and waking up with us this morning. I think I need some coffee. I haven't had any yet. We hope to see you back here at noon. Until then, have a great morning.